Hi there, welcome to the I Ching Cafe. My name is Belinda Doveston and it's fantastic to have you here on our first full weekly overview for May, the 3rd of May 2021. Looking back to last week, we had what were we cooking and knitting and creating that was really important, that really called us to put in our effort and concentrate and put the work first and do what was necessary and not listen to the naysayers who were around us or the negativity or anyone or the industry that you're in that says you can't. Just do. And of course, going on a new adventure as well. So whatever that meant for you, did you travel more last week? Please do share in the comments. Right, this week, the 3rd of May 2021, our first hexagram is hexagram 2, the receptive. This is Earth Mother supporting energy. It's about growing things, providing the nutrients to support the growth of what it is that's been planted, the seeds that have been planted in there. It's a week of work, okay? And really this hexagram is really about talking about drawing in the nutrients and the support needed to grow something, to execute the plan, to do what's necessary, to grow the project, to do the work. Now for this week, we have one changing line and it's in the 3rd position. And this changing line says, our task is to absolutely focus on doing the work. There's a similarity to last week's changing line, which is don't listen to the naysayers, just do what's important, the important work that you are here to do. This changing line says it's important that you don't look or seek fame or acknowledgement or a pat on the back for the work that's being done. This is not the week for that. This week is all about getting on with it, okay? And think about that idea of this huge shell that looks very grandiose on the outside, but it's moved along the sea floor by this muscle of a creature that's inside it, that's hidden. So it looks like this shell is moving along, but actually what's driving it is this muscle that is working its way across the sea floor. This week, we are not the shell, we are the mollusk, okay? So it's not very grandiose, it's not glamorous, but this week it's important. So if you find yourself wanting to have a pat on the back or the acknowledgement that your work is great or that you're doing well, this is not the week for that. And perhaps just forgive people around you who are not giving you that. Focus on the work, not the glory. The glory can come later if that's what's important to you. But now, this is the work, okay? Put yourself second. Okay, so something important needs to get done this week. And in order for us to do that, we have to put down the need for gratification that we are awesome. Okay, we are awesome. But the work this week, that's what's really important. So our second hexagram, as a result of that changing line, is hexagram 15, modesty. And I find it so interesting that in this circumstance with this changing line, we have hexagram 15, modesty. Because this, if you look at the structure, is earth on top of mountains. It's the saying, the meek shall inherit the earth, right? It's the earth coming into the mountain and filling up all the valleys, leveling the playing fields. What is low shall be made high, what is high shall be made low. This is a week where if we are not paying attention to ego, if we are trying to be more than what we need to be in a particular moment, we are going to come into a sticky situation. Okay, so what we're being asked to focus on this week is to let down ego and to focus on being humble, modest, balanced, and just calm. Okay, so our job this week is to focus on that, to create a level playing field in our life, not peaks and troughs. This is about seeking balance, cutting through pride and ego and seeking balance and simplicity. If you are doing something this week that's become difficult to do because it's overcomplicated, this hexagram would be saying, keep it simple. Cut through all the vanity of what you're doing. Cut through the vanity and the ego of what we think this thing should look like, okay? Being perfect, being beautiful that everyone can appreciate us. If we needed that, we would go to Hexagram 22 Grace. That is not what we're doing here. We are keeping things simple. We're cutting through the pride. We're getting to the core thing. We're creating balance. We're adjusting and moderating our situation, just like the body moderates our systems to create 37.5 degrees or 36 degrees, like every thermometer is now reading. So we create this balance, we create this harmony, and we look for ways to bring everything into balance, not to seek out the intensities of the highs and the lows, which can be quite an ego thing to perpetuate. Okay, so interesting in that our changing line and our outcome hexagram are very aligned. There's a doubling of energy here. Don't seek personal pride or vanity in the work you're doing. Do the work. The work is what should count. Number 2, seek to cut, balance, and adjust things into a balanced median, into a humble and modest approach. Approach the problems around you thinking, how can this be simple? How can we approach this in the most humble and simple manner? How can we demonstrate humility in the situation, in our businesses and in our teams? That is how we unlock the week. It's a really interesting flow. It's a receptive flow that we are being asked to tap into. This week, the work comes first, again for 2 weeks in a row. What we're doing is important, and we're being asked to just get on with it, to be that muscle that moves this beautiful big shell along, because we are putting in the effort unseen, hidden from inside that shell. Wishing you a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you on the socials. And of course, please subscribe, like, and share. It'd be great to have that through the channel. And of course, I will see you soon.